Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. It is TheTranspondster with you today, and we are back in The Sims 4 doing yet another speed build. Today I am over in Henford on Bagley. I posted a poll on my YouTube channel a little over a week ago and asked where you guys would like to see me build next, and it was between Evergreen Harbor and Henford on Bagley. So I built in Evergreen Harbor first, and I did a shipping container community right in the center, and I thought we might as well do a Henford on Bagley cottage as well because I was in the mood for a little bit of a smaller build but not quite a tiny home, and a cottage is perfect for that. So I'm actually right in the center of the town of Henford on Bagley, and I thought I'd go with a little bit of an English country style cottage. I like to look up, honestly, homes for sale in the areas that I'm looking to build in. So, like, the real life comparison is what I mean by that. And so, when I'm building over in like Willow Creek, I'll look up New Orleans style builds. So, now that I'm over in Henford on Bagley, we looked at some English country builds, and this is kind of the vibe. It's very fitting to the world around it, and I really love how it turned out. It's such a cozy home. It is more expensive than the home that was originally here, but it wasn't a starter home that was originally in the game, so I thought that that was okay because I know I have intentions of putting starter homes elsewhere in each world, and I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I didn't have any Sims made up for it when I built it, but I felt like doing the decorating inside, so it is a fully finished home. It's not just a shell, but I don't really have any Sims storyline to share with you guys today. I guess I imagine like a young family living here. They've just moved to the countryside, or maybe they grew up here their whole life and they just moved out of their parents' farm and decided to move to the more bustling heart of town. It's the extent of their city life that they're getting here. But I'm so pleased with how the landscaping on this lot turned out. Landscaping is not my favorite thing to do, but I noticed that I am slowly getting better at it the more and more that I do. And my number one tip is honestly using the debug landscaping that comes with the pack for the world that you're building in. So obviously, Henford on Bagley came with Cottage Living, so I am using all the Cottage Living debug for my flowers and plants. I don't even think I used any base game ones here. It is strictly Cottage Living, and I find that when you do this, it blends really well with the surrounding areas, especially if the parts that you're landscaping aren't necessarily a garden but more just like the back area behind your backyard or off to the sides, blending your lot in with the rest of the world. Sometimes I do change up the garden a little bit if it's like an intentional garden space in your Sims home that they've decorated how they like to me that's okay to look a little bit different than the surrounding area because it's to your style, not to the town style. I also used that little bunny shrub. I don't think I've ever really used the shaped shrubs in this game, but I thought that the bunny was a cute addition to this garden. There's going to be a lot of flowers here, like a lot, and I do end up getting some pathways in between them all. So basically anywhere that there aren't flowers is going to be a little bit of a path that your Sims can walk along. And then this little box out the back is actually going to be an art shed. I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do with it to start, just that I wanted to have it, and I thought maybe it would just be like a little bit of storage for some gardening tools. But by the time I got there, I thought, you know what, this would be the perfect little painting room, and it really is. I'm so happy with how this lot turned out, and I like that the different window on the little shed out back still blends in well. I thought about using the door from Nifty Knitting because I never get the chance to use it, but I didn't like the white border on it when I had so much dark wood tones coming from the rest of the house. So I just kept it simple and stuck with the Cottage Living windows that I'd already been using. And then I actually inside used the cottage kitchen kit for the floor tiles that come with it. I think they're so cute, and they're different tones than what we're used to in stones for The Sims. Like there's a lot of browns and whites, but I find that the cottage kitchen kit has some color tones in them, and I kind of like that. This kitchen turns out so cute. It ends up being so cluttered, and I love it. It is such a cozy kitchen. I don't think that I could personally work in a kitchen like this, just because I'm the kind of person that needs a spotless counter to cook a meal. So I can't cook if there's dishes, and it is a big hurdle in my life. I don't think I could deal with the amount of clutter in this kitchen, but I also struggle to keep my counters clutter free. So I think this is totally a me problem. It was a lot of work getting it on the counter, especially in such small of a room, but we got there eventually. It just took us a little bit of time, and I cannot get enough of that elephant teapot that comes from For Rent. I love it so much. All the swatches are so cute. We need more cute kitchen clutter items like that. Like we got a bathroom clutter kit, and then we got the everyday clutter kit, but I feel like we really need just kitchen clutter kit. I am a little bit controversial in the fact that kits don't bother me. I remember being around when the Sims 3 store was a thing, and if you weren't, it was almost like Fortnite, where you used to buy these cards to have digital money within. It was called the Sims 3 store, and I believe it was a website that they made accessible through the game, and you could buy like individual hairs or outfits, or you could buy entire worlds. So a lot of it I think was community created, but it was expensive. Like I remember 10,000 points was $10, but like one hair was $2 kind of thing. So you had to really be selective with what you were buying. And when I think about how much I get in a kit that's $5, it doesn't seem that bad. I know, like, obviously EA is very cash grabby, but I don't think kits are the worst that we've seen. To be honest, I think I'm more bothered by the packs that they're calling expansion packs that don't feel full enough to be an expansion pack, which is kind of how I'm feeling about this new expansion pack coming that's supposed to be romance themed. Like, unless we get hotels or something big like that, I feel like I'm already going to be disappointed, because I can't wrap my head around how romance is going to be an entire expansion pack, especially because they give us worlds sometimes in game packs, like Werewolves or My Wedding Stories both came with worlds. And while they are a little bit on the small side, I think Tartosa is so beautiful. And while, yes, it's a little boring to go and visit, like, it took a lot of effort, I think, to make it look how it looks. And the boringness that comes with traveling in The Sims 4 is just a Sims 4 thing. It's not a world specific thing. I think they made it seem like such a good thing to get rid of rabbit holes and no more load screens, and you can go everywhere with your Sims. But what it really meant was, we're going to give you so little things to do with your Sims that you're going to be bored the second your game loads. I kind of miss rabbit holes from The Sims 3, because the Sims 3 felt so alive all the time, and you really don't get that in The Sims 4. I do end up getting laundry in this home. I know laundry is not everyone's favorite thing, but I like it for the realism that it adds to my game. I'm very much a realistic player, and not so much I'm not really into occults or anything like that, but I think I want to push myself to do more challenges that break out of my comfort zone. I'm so used to playing the same characters over and over again, and I really want to get like a Let's Play started soon. The more I mention it and think about it, the more I like the idea of just sitting there playing my cozy game with you guys and maybe doing like an episode a week or even every other week just to change it up a little bit more. I'm also thinking about doing some Create a Sim videos. I don't know if I would speed them up or not. I feel like I would have to because I spend so much time in Create a Sim. It's equivalent to how I build houses. There's detail in everything. I think that's my favorite part of this game is how lost you can get. And can I just say that this living room is so cozy. I don't actually get a TV in this house at all, but there is going to be a computer upstairs and then the bookshelf, and like there's lots of activities for your Sims to do. I feel like you don't necessarily need a TV in the game to increase your fun because there's so much else that you can play around with. The only thing I think about not having a TV in my Sims houses are that kind of takes away the realism, because really, how many people do you know that don't have a TV? So although, if there was a home to have no TV, I think that this one's really fitting because when you think of cottage, you think slow pace and very like simple living. I talk about it all the time in my videos, but that's so much the lifestyle that I want to have. I feel like, especially in North America, we get so sucked in by the hustle and bustle of life and how many things can you do all at once, and it is not me. I like to be stressed and I thrive under pressure, but it doesn't mean that I want that all the time. And so while yes, it makes my work performance good when I'm at work and things are stressful, but I don't think at the end of the day it's a healthy way for me to be living. And I think it would be nice to just disappear into the woods one day and decompress for the rest of my life. Where do you guys think that you would be happiest living? Like, do you belong on a beach or in the woods, up in the mountains? Are you a city person? Like, can you not leave that hustle and bustle because you thrive on it so much? Like, what's your character? Let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to see if we're all kind of similar or like how different all of us are playing The Sims, because I feel like a lot of the time when I find content creators for The Sims, I find a lot of similarities between them and myself, just in terms of interest and like the kinds of character they are, I guess. Honestly, it's probably just a cozy gamer, introverted kind of vibe that we all share. Like, we don't like leaving our houses. We'd rather build them digitally and disappear from the rest of the world for a little bit. At least that's what I think. That's why I like The Sims. It's fun. Made me want to be an architect when I was younger, and then I realized how much math and science was involved in that, and it became just a dream. I do put a kids' room in this house. I don't really have any kids stuff on the outside, but I feel like kids are a little bit more flexible. You could easily turn this room into like an office or a home gym or like a music room, but I was kind of feeling family vibes today, and because I didn't have a family to base it off of, it was kind of free game. And this is what I went with. I also used that red and blue swatch bed from Horse Ranch. I don't build with red that often, and when I do, it's usually intentionally to try and get myself out of that comfort zone and try something different, see some swatches I've never seen in the game before. I also learned really recently, because it drives me absolutely mental, and I had to ask on Reddit, or I was reading a Reddit thread, regardless, Reddit was involved, but someone said that to get rid of the monster under your kid Sims bed that comes up every single night, put a nightlight in your Sims room. And so I haven't actually tested it, but I remember reading a few comments saying that it was confirmed that that works. So like, you don't have to have your sim wake their adult sim up all the time to go spray the monster under the bed. I find that feature so annoying. In theory, I like it because it adds a little bit of gameplay and dimension, but the amount at which your child sims are looking under their bed at this tentacle thing coming out, it's too much. I think Sims has good ideas, but they don't know how to balance how often they happen. It's like my neighbors constantly calling me, asking me if they should go on dates with all these different Sims that I don't even know who they're asking me to go on a date with. So, I don't know. I always say it's your call. Like, don't call me again, please. You decide. Another equally annoying thing in this game is the freaking terrain paint. I can't tell you how many times, how many builds I am redoing the terrain paint in now. I redid it because I exited my game before the screenshots at the end, and then I had to do it over again before uploading to the gallery. So I'm really sorry if you download this and you don't have the terrain paint. This is not a me thing, this is an EA thing, so if you all kindly want to complain to them about this bug, maybe they'll fix it. We'll see. Anyways, this build is coming to an end. I had so much fun, especially with the garden space outside. Let me know what you think. I don't typically clutter homes like this, so it was a lot of fun to play with. Anyways, I hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and don't forget to have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Bye.